Uh, Hello. Hi, Cheryl. Allison said she was in a waiting room. Oh, there you are. Cheryl, you're muted, just so you know. I'm going to start live streaming, and I see we have some people on already. Hi, everybody. Just getting set up, and I'm going to try to start live streaming onto Facebook right now.
Yay.
So just give me a second. I might put a headphone on. Let's see.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Melissa, Chrissy, Concepcion. Hello. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And
Hi, Shauna. Hi, Shauna. Happy Hump Day. Glad you guys can join us. If you guys don't mind, as you're coming on, if you could just tell us where do you live? Where are you from? I'm in California. Let us know. Hi, Kansas. Hi, Melissa. Overland Park. That sounds pretty. Hi, Chrissy. Kathy, Roseville. Oh, even better. Oh, it's gorgeous. Boy, it sounds pretty. Miami. Hi.
okay, I think I am live on Facebook now. I think we're all like live, but I'm just double checking. Oh, there we are. Okay, so I've got it so I can see comments if I need to.
Good.
Sort of. I'm trying to set that up. There we go. All right, and then how do I get back to you guys? All right, I'm here, yay. Hi, everybody. And I see there's chat. I'm trying to get to the chat box. Oh, Roseville, yep. Right next to Sacramento. Oh, Vallejo, nice. In Los Angeles, Overland Park, Kansas. It is hump day, huh? But you know, with the coronavirus, it's kind of like not hump day because every day is kind of like, what day is it? It's sort of weird. I'm like, did we really need a hump day anymore? It's like the other day we're like, oh, it's Sunday. Oh, okay. Like we had no idea what day it was.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Roxanne.
So I'm gonna get started here. Thank you for coming on, everybody. And while people are coming on and joining us and starting to get on Facebook too, I'm just gonna kind of introduce myself. I'm going to make a couple announcements and then go over some of things, or well, I'm just start there. So I'm Kelly Eckhart, in case you haven't seen me before or don't know who I am. If you're new on here tonight. And if you're new on here, let us know in the comments. Cheryl's gonna read them for us.
I will.
And so I am a psychic medium here in Huntington Beach. And that's Allison is, well, she's below me in here. So I don't know if she's below you guys on the screen or where she's at, but I think it's the same. And she's also a psychic medium, and she's in the Los Angeles area. And Cheryl Murphy is also a psychic medium, and she's, I think, in Palmdale.
Yes.
Palmdale, which is like Los Angeles area, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all kind of Southern California mediums, and we're all friends. And we've been coming on here Wednesday nights, just kind of answering a few questions about psychic development, or gifts, and about mediumship, and just different afterlife subjects. And we've been doing a couple of readings. So I noticed that there's been a lot of people wanting a lot of guidance lately because of this coronavirus. So tonight, I think we're going to focus a lot on the psychic readings, and maybe we will each do one mediumship at the end, but just like a quick mediumship one, and focus more on the guidance and just giving feedback to people. And when we do the readings, I think each of us is going to kind of like answer a little bit about each question that we see when we get to that part. But first, we wanted to make some announcements. And so I'm going to make mine, and then I'm going to let Cheryl and Allison make theirs individually. So I know that I have coming up on Mother's Day weekend. So every year I try to do something really special on Mother's Day weekend. And so this year I've pulled together quite a few people that are volunteering to do readings on the Saturday before, which I think is the 9th of May. And we're going to do like a little, I want to call it, I guess, like a mediumship fair for moms who lost children. And it has to be children that were living. Not that I'm discriminating against anybody who had a miscarriage, because that is horrible and I'm terribly sorry. But I'm trying to focus this more on moms that physically lost an actual child that was alive, that they, was in their life, and those types of things, because I want this to be focused more on that subject. And basically, we will be giving 15-minute readings out throughout the day. They will be free if you cannot afford a reading, or if you can afford a reading, they're $35. And I'll have 2 different links. It'll be going up here by the end of the week, by Sunday probably. And you can register, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'll have a list of all the mediums, and hopefully and by what hours they're going to be doing it, because it's going to be from 11 to 5. We'll also be having every hour a different speaker about different subjects in the afterlife that you can come and watch, and we're going to stream those live, those talks, which will be kind of exciting. So you can watch them on Facebook as well, and maybe we can stream them on YouTube if we're very creative. I'm going to see. And then at 6 o'clock on that night, I'm going to go on to do a Facebook Live, and any of the mediums who want to join me, we're going to answer questions, and more or less, because I think everybody's going to be tired of readings, we're going to be giving away whatever donated readings I have for people to book at a later time. And some of them might be 15-minute readings, some of them might be 25-minute readings, whatever people donate for me to give away. And there might even be some healings that people donated. But we'll be kind of giving those out to the people that are on the Facebook Live. And it'll probably be through Zoom as well, so that we can interact with them on live, so it's not delayed. And I want to also let everybody know I am open for readings. I've been doing quite a lot of Zoom readings, and I think that the nice thing, I'm going to be positive here about the coronavirus, is it has really taught people all about Zoom and how to use it. And I think because of that, a lot more people are booking Zoom readings with me. I have to say, I love doing my Zoom readings because we can record them, and I can send you a link to the recording, which is kind of awesome. But also, it's just a way to kind of, you get to be in the comfort of your own home, having the reading done. You don't have to drive, it's kind of nice. So I am having my sale, because I guess it's the coronavirus sale. I'm offering 25% off for the rest of this month because we're at the stay at home, and it's just kind of like something just to help out a little bit. So check that out. You can get the link on my website. When you open up my website, a little pop-up screen will come up with the sale and the coupon code. Also, if you go to Facebook and look at this video at the top in the post, there'll be a link in there with the code for the sale as well. And it's 25% off of all the phone readings, except for the immediate readings. Those are different. So those are, I think, my big announcements. Allison, Cheryl? Whichever one wants to go next.
Allison, would you like to go next?
Sure. So I'm also here in Southern California, with close to Kelly and Cheryl, actually in between them. So one to the south, one to the north. So a couple things. Let me just put this up to in the chat box. Hopefully you can all see that. So the first thing is my Facebook group. It's called Spirit Communication. And in that, on Saturday, I'm doing Facebook Live Bingo. That is a free event. There are people, mediums have graciously donated prizes of readings. Kelly's donated a reading, Cheryl's donated a reading, and some of my other mediumship friends. So let me just put that in here again, 1 second. So you can see that just alone by itself. It's a little tricky here. So I just thought it'd be fun to do something lighthearted and fun, and so came up with Facebook Live Bingo. In the Facebook group, which is this group right there, it's Spirit Communication, you can join it, and it actually has a little template that you can download, and I'm going to be putting up some more templates with actual numbers in it. So you can either create your own bingo card from the template or download one of the templates. And we're going to have fun and play on Saturday for about an hour. It's 10 a.m. on Pacific time. The other thing that I have going on that both these ladies are included and involved in as well is I have a Mystic Fair, and that's May 2nd. Saturday, May 2nd. And so Kelly will be a reader, Cheryl will be a reader, and we have about 8 other fantastic mediums and psychics who are our colleagues. And we'll all be doing a psychic fair online. This guarantees you a reading. So there's 2 different ways you can get a reading. One is by 3 readings in the first or second session, and you get 3 15-minute readings with different mediums and psychics. So if you have a psychic question, if you want to talk to a loved one, we even have a couple, 2 animal communicators that are going to be there. We've got Jessica, who is a medical intuitive, if you want a medical scan. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And that one you can find, I don't know where they can, I'll put the link up for the Mystic Fair. There's actually an Eventbrite link. Here it is. So let me just put that up very quickly. And we're going to spend most of today, as Kelly said, doing readings. So after our announcements might be taking a little bit longer, but then we're going to get right into readings here. So here's the Mystic Fair for anyone who's interested in signing up for that. And it's limited space because we only have about 10 psychics. So we're only going to have 10 slots session 1, 10 slots session 2. So that's that one. And then the last thing is just my website where you can get see my classes that I'm offering. So I offer a bunch of classes, and that's spiritcommunication.com. So let me just write that, and then that covers me with classes and events. So really, we all have a lot of really fun things going on. Cheryl.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. I just want to thank everyone for coming, and I want to thank Kelly just for having me. I mean, this is such a special night. I mean, I look forward to it.
I know, me
to
too.
Be with you guys. So thank you. My name is Cheryl Murphy. I'm also a medium and a psychic, and I do readings privately. We do group readings, after this is over. We'll be back to our public live demonstrations about mediumship. I'm also doing Skype and Zoom readings right now, and FaceTime. I'm also offering a discount if I could just post that for you. It's really, mine is a 20% off, and it'll be for the next 3 days. So please just, I put my coupon code down, which is 20% off, and a link to scheduling. So I do really private readings on the phone, Skype, Zoom. I also have been known to do family, Zoom group readings, believe it or not. I mean, because usually you or your loved one or you and your family want to get together. So just think about that. We could do a private group reading. I also, Allison Gannon and myself are going to be teaching a class beginning April 22nd. It's called The Art of Manifesting. And it's a beautiful class. It's 2 sessions. It'll be in April and then also in May. It's going to be focused around the new moon and the full moon, but it's about learning how to manifest. And we'll teach you with meditations and tools and techniques, and really just discussion about how to raise your vibration, right? So you can bring in that good flowing things and health and abundance that you want in your life. Last thing, I am a founder of the Healing Prayer Circle, which is a once a month on a Sunday. April 19th is our next Healing Prayer Circle. I do a free online gathering where we all sit with meditation, we all manifest, we all talk about what we need healing for, whether it's our loved ones or ourselves, what we want to create, and really what we can bring. My goal is to actually help everyone experience the power of group prayer and the power of a group energy. So if you can join me for that, I'll put the link down here. It's free to sign up, and that's April 19th. So thanks again.
And let me just say, because I'm watching the comments on Facebook, so everybody who's on Facebook, there is a delayed response. So I am doing this as a webinar in Zoom, and with Zoom, there's no delayed response, and we have our own chat box going on. So that's the reason why you don't see all the things that Cheryl and Allison are posting, because it's in the Zoom chat. So if you want to participate and you want to see all these chats, well, why don't you join Zoom? I've posted the link in Facebook on several different comments in there, and it's also part of the video at the top. But you should be able to find a link in there, and just click on that link and you can kind of come in and be part of the attendees, and then we can see your comments, and you'll be more than likely, you'll be able to participate, and we'll be able to read for you if you're one of the ones we choose. But we're only reading for the people that are in Zoom right now. Just because of the delayed reaction, it's too difficult to do it on Facebook. And I just have to say thank you, Layla, on Facebook for that beautiful compliment. Thank you so much. That was very sweet. I do appreciate that. I love positive feedback, of course, more than negative, but I like it all. So thank you. And then just before, again with the readings, when we choose somebody, I would like to bring your voice on so I can hear you respond to me. I don't know if Allison likes that, and Cheryl, I don't know what you want to do, but we might do some like that, and some of them we might just answer, the 3 of us, without bringing you on, and you'll just have to use the chat box to validate. It just depends on how we're going to do this and how fast we're going to go through the readings. Does that make sense to you guys, Cheryl? Is that good for you guys? And
yeah, I like to hear their voice. Can we see them too, or just the voice?
Just the voice. It doesn't give me the option to. We'd have to bring them on as a panelist. And then I don't know how you get rid of them as a panelist. Not that I'm gonna get rid of them, but like I'm looking at yours. Whoops, on the thing. I think. Yeah, I don't know how that works, Ellison.
Okay, no problem.
Practice this off screen one night.
Let's practice, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Still learning. Allison's my mentor on Zoom.
Well,
I'm a Zoom protege.
Well, welcome, Chris. She made it to Zoom. Yes, you made it.
Yay!
Yay! Hi, Chris.
Hi, Elizabeth. All right, Kelly. So this is great because usually we don't get started with our readings for another 15 more minutes. So we're going to give you 15 minutes of extra readings. Hi, Ruth.
Oh, can I just say one thing real quick?
Yes.
So at the end of this, I've been giving out a free 25-minute reading to somebody. And I've been doing these really lame, guess my number things. So I know I'm not very good at these contests. So Allison and Cheryl helped me come up with something. And I have an actual object that's sitting in front of me in a little cup. And I forgot what we were going to do now, Allison.
You were going to do the color, or you could do the color or what it is.
Okay, so I want you to guess now, but at the end, I just want you to have this in your mind, and if you could try to use your intuition throughout the night and tune into what I have in front of me. You can't see it because I'm hiding it, but my hand's on it. You can guess the color and maybe what it is.
What it is.
And the person that is closest to it will win the prize. So that's what I was going to tell you. And you can't guess till the end. Okay?
Okay.
So that's, oh, my husband's watching us. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
It says Paul is watching. Yeah, everybody calls him honey. All right, now we can go. So do you guys want to start, or you want me to start, Cheryl? Or
Why don't you start?
You start.
okay, so I saw somebody asking here. Has been helping me get through it.
You can ask questions in the Q&A, right, or in the chat.
Oh, I didn't see yet. If you want to ask a private question in the Q&A, you don't want to be like known, use the Q&A. That way, like, we'll just answer the question and we won't say who it's for. Or if you have a question, otherwise use the chat and just ask us a question, and we will, hi Elizabeth, and we will do our best to answer. Okay, so go ahead and ask away in the Zoom chat. Okay, that I keep going back and forth. Is it a good time to? Oh, okay. So Megan says she's going back and forth about this. Is it a good time to buy stocks? And if, whoops, they move so fast. And if so, which ones? Delta Airlines, Apple, Disney, oil. Just looking for guidance. Thank you. I feel like you should take that, Cheryl, because I feel like you probably are good with stock stuff. I don't know why. I feel like you're a money person.
I am. Thank you.
I totally knew this.
I actually do that. And I think it's a great time to buy stocks. I don't think that there's a bad time right now to buy stocks. I would certainly look for, as a matter of fact, which company you're saying, which ones. It's really the ones that you're drawn to. I don't think you can make a bad decision right now. Because right now, Megan, you're asking for these large companies. You're asking for airlines or Disney. I mean, that's all very, very good. I would, if anything, I think Disney's pretty solid. Just to tell you, of course, Apple is what you mentioned. I think Apple's good. Oil is very good. Really, airlines, I do want to say I do feel a little bit of iffiness around that right now. I hate to say that for the airlines because we want them to survive too through all of this, but I have to go with my gut and my intuition. But yes, on stocks. So just wishing you well and wishing you the best on that.
Okay, I hope you heard that too, Paul. Start investing our money, dear, okay? No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's find another question here. So I've heard quite a few people are asking to connect with their loved ones. We're going to do one mediumship reading each at the end. Right now, we're just going to do psychic. So I'm looking for psychic questions. Okay, thank you so much.
Well, this one was kind of in between, Kelly.
Oh, here's one. Okay, I didn't see the Q&As. Go ahead, Allison.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a in between a psychic medium question, because Deborah's saying she senses a spirit in a particular room, and she's right in that room right now, hoping to find out who it is, whether it's someone she knows or whether it's somebody who lived in that place. So do you want to all tune in
and see what it is?
Yeah, see who it is. So Deborah,
I immediately feel like this is a grandmother.
Let's bring her in. Let's bring Deborah in. Can you do that?
Is there more than one Deborah? Hold on, panelists, attendee.
There probably is.
Deborah Pruden.
Deborah Nichols or Pruden?
Pruden.
Okay, allow to talk. Hi, Deborah. Oh, I've got to unmute her. Hi, there it is. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, I'm very excited.
So can I just say right off the bat, like I'm feeling into it, and I feel like this is a grandmother of yours, or maybe your husband. Would you understand that in spirit?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like there's some connection to the house of this grandmother. I'm not sure if she was in the home before she passed maybe, or came to visit the home or stayed with you guys, but I feel like she has some connection with your home. Does that make any sense?
She didn't.
Okay, I don't know why I feel this connection. Maybe it's something you guys have of hers. Oh, is there a grandchild? The great-grandchild?
Yeah, my son.
Okay, so maybe that's the connection. She's checking in on him. What do you feel, Cheryl?
What I feel, Deborah, is an enormous amount of love in this particular room. Like, is this the room that you spend time in, may I ask, and that you're comfortable in?
It's my sewing room.
Okay, it just feels like the color of pink. You know, if I put a color to that room, I just feel such a soft warmth, you know, and a softness. So it does feel to be feminine. And I really feel, and did your grandmother also have a sewing room, or did she sew?
She sewed.
Yeah. You know, sometimes the spirit world, if it's comfortable for them too, right? You know, that she would want to join you in this particular level. And also when you're in the sewing room, do you also hum or sing or, you know, that type of, you know, passing the time?
Yes.
Because that's what I'm feeling with her, is that, you know, enjoying your company is what I'm hearing, enjoying your company. Allison, are you picking anything up?
Yeah, so the first thing I got was kind of like a chill in the room. So I don't know if sometimes it feels like the temperature changes in the room. You can feel a temperature change.
I do. My sweater comes on and off all the time.
So, and you know, in addition to what Kelly and Cheryl are feeling with Grandma, I'm also picking up a little girl. Which is fascinating because I felt like a little girl just sits on a chair and plays around with some of the materials you have. And as I tune in further with this little girl, I don't know possibly if a child passed a couple generations ago, but you know, she feels to be the age of 3 to 5. And I feel that she comes and visits you in that sewing room.
I'm not aware of a child. The things that happen are playful.
Mm-hmm.
Things are hidden. Things move.
Mm-hmm.
One happened the other day that freaked me out for about an hour, but then I laughed when I found it. But,
it doesn't feel scary at all. Like, of course, like when things move, that would be in general scary, but it feels more comforting with the grandma and playful with the child.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been going on for 30 years.
Wow.
Long time.
Yeah. And the child feels like a couple generations back. It's not something recent. Like it's not in the recent family a loss.
I'm wondering if grandmother lost a child. And she's with her child in spirit there.
Do you know, Deborah?
Yeah, I'll have to ask my sister. I don't know.
Okay.
And Deborah, may I just say, is your father also passed?
He has.
Because, you know, this room, I just want to say it feels like the heart of the home or the heart of the house. You know, does that make sense to you?
To me, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like it's not only a room of creating and exploring and inventing, but it's also an emotional room for you. Like I really feel that you connect with loved ones very strongly in this room. And that really explains all that kinetic energy that's, you know, flying around, as you say, or movement. Also, is there someone upstairs? Is this a 2-story home?
This is upstairs, yeah.
Okay.
Upstairs.
It just feels to me that your energy is quite high in this room. I just want to say, like your guard's down, like, you know, your energy field is just so open and beautiful. So, I mean, hats off to you for letting yourself, you know, not get scared and just explore, because this is your family and these are just wonderful people connecting with you and loving what you're doing. And they're enjoying their time as well. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Feeling she's like an open channel to her loved
Yes.
ones in spirit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
so don't be afraid. It's all
Yeah,
good.
I wasn't really afraid. It was just so unexplainable any other way.
Yeah.
That something could be in my hand and then not be in my hand. And yeah, it was a little unsettling, but
That's
I found
spirit.
it.
All right. Well, thank you, Deborah. I'm going to put you
Thank
back
you.
in the attendee list there.
Great.
Hold on.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Well, that was kind of fun. So there's a lot of questions. Do you guys want to pick one, or you want me to pick another one, or how do you want to do this?
Do you want to go into the questions?
The Q&A, yeah, because I saw some in there. So let's see. Anything? Okay, so I have one that says, will I ever find love again? I've been worried almost 2 years. I feel lost. I want a family, and I feel I'm getting too old. So since you put this in the Q&A, I'm not going to say your name, but I'm just going to kind of like tune into that and let you know. I do feel like you're going to find love again, but I think the problem has been you've got some healing that you've been working on, or you've been trying to work on and you're doing. And I also feel like you've been procrastinating on some things when it comes to your own health and your own, because I think your past relationships have not been perfect. I also think that that at times you've not had the best boundaries with men. And so I think that you've taken a step back and you've been really trying to reevaluate yourself in your life and make some changes. And I just feel that you are still not ready for that relationship yet, but I do feel like it's coming. It's just a matter of time. I just think you need to finish doing some work that you've been doing. I feel like it's time for you to kind of let go of some old habits. I don't know what they are. I just feel like there's some old thinking patterns, old ways that you're trying to let go of, so you don't attract the same guy again, and that you attract the right person. And as far as family, I do feel like you're still kind of young. I don't feel like you're not going to be able to have children. And I like people to think, you know, when I tap into energy and I feel your energy and I feel children, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to give birth to those children. There are step parents. There are people that adopt. Sometimes you're just like a mom to other people, but I do feel you're very maternal and you're going to have children. So I don't think you need to worry about that. You're going to have that relationship with somebody that is going to be your soulmate and have that family that you want. Sometimes though, we have to open up our minds to family being what it's supposed to be for us, not necessarily about how we think it should be. So I hope that helps. And I don't know if you want to give us some feedback or how you do that.
She said it was okay to say her name too.
Oh,
Melissa.
okay, perfect.
Melissa, so.
Okay, Melissa, so if you want to give us some feedback, me some feedback, and then Cheryl and
Or do you want to bring her in the room?
What?
So we want to bring her in the room so we can hear her voice?
Oh yeah, we can bring her in the room. That would be better. Melissa, what was the last name, Ellison?
It was Melissa Rammer.
Thank you.
Or I'm not sure if I'm saying her last name correctly. Rammer.
Oh, there's only, wait.
F-A, Melissa.
Ah, that's why I can't find her. Found her, allowed to talk. Hi, Melissa.
Oh, look, she has a picture. Yay.
Oh, you're young, if that's you.
That is.
Anyways, so can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah,
Okay.
did any of that make sense?
Yeah. I just get so nervous because I when you said that you felt like I'm still pretty young, like I'll be 34 at the end of this month, but I get worried about having, I really want to have children and, you know, just losing my husband almost 2 years ago, like I just don't feel like that's possible. Like
you're going to have kids, don't you worry.
Yeah, and I feel like your husband is helping from the other side.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's helping with the healing right now, and he's gonna, you know, if you just kind of sit and trust the universe and say yes, and it may be, you know, being invited to something, and you know, you kind of like, oh, I don't know, just say yes to opportunities, even unique opportunities that you usually don't go to, because that's where the magic happens. And that's where the universe meets you halfway. So just know that, you know, your husband's actually going to be helping you from the other side, finding someone who's going to really love and care for you. And I see it more as kind of naturally, magically unfolding, something that's more unexpected than, you know, you actually actively, you know, pursuing you know, somebody. And I see laughing together. I see it being very romantic, and have hope.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, Cheryl, you're muted.
Cheryl. And I also
Unmuted.
feel that he's a family
Sorry,
man
thank you.
as well. One more thing, Cheryl.
Yeah.
He's a family man, and I feel he may have one or two kids of his own that he brings in to the relationship.
Okay.
Melissa, I did feel a son with you, so maybe one of your children. I just felt a son right away when we started talking about children with you. And I also felt that your husband is going to, as Allison mentioned, bring you someone, and that this energy will bowl you over, like when you meet this person, it will just, knock your socks off. What I'm hearing is like, be ready, be ready. Mm-hmm. And, how can we be ready? Well, I guess we have to almost, surrender to it, and, try to understand that your life, there are many things to learn maybe on your path before you meet this person or as you're meeting this person. So really just keep open to, new things in your life happening is what I'm feeling. So really, if someone invites you to take up a new activity or, exercise or go to a party or, an event or, a friend, if it's these new opportunities coming your way, and then this is when it happens. So, your life is still unfolding. I still, I feel a big deal for you. So please just take that to heart and know that your husband is helping you.
Thank you so much.
And Melissa, can I just follow up? Because knowing that your husband's passed, can you understand then, I feel like the healing that I'm talking about is the grief healing.
Yes.
But yes. Can you also understand that you've done a lot of growing up since your husband passed as well?
Oh, forcefully. Yeah, I didn't really have a choice. Yes.
And I think that this is going to, and I feel like your husband is helping you and that you guys had a good relationship, but I also feel like the two of you were growing up together.
Yeah.
Before he passed. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I feel like this next relationship is going to be so different, but it is like going to sweep you off your feet. And I just feel like there's just a little bit more healing that needs to be done, and some things that you need to let go of. You're holding on to, I feel like, some past stuff that hurt you other than the grief. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I think that has to be released before this beautiful soul can come into your life.
Okay.
A lot of forgiveness to yourself, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Melissa.
You guys.
Thank you.
Okay, lots of questions here. Where do you want to go, Kelly?
Oh, God, I get overwhelmed by these questions. Allison, help me pick.
I'll
There's
choose
like
one.
so many.
Okay, I'm going to choose another one. I'm choosing one from the bottom right now.
Okay.
I've been seeing sevens often. I have been off work and home with my kids. I'm very happy right now being home because I usually work long days, hours, and weekends as a 9/11 dispatcher, which is emotionally draining. I don't know what I want. I don't know that I want to return to work. Are my spirit guides directing me away from my current career? So I've been seeing sevens often, and it's from an anonymous attendee, so I'm not sure they want to come in. If you do want to come in so we can hear your voice, let us know in the chat. If you'd rather not come in, then that's fine too.
You know what sevens means? It's about you're on the right path. It's like you're being rewarded, because I know this is so synchronistic. My niece has been seeing sevens and just messaged me yesterday and we looked it up. It's about, you've done all this work, you've done all these things, and now the universe is rewarding you and you are on the right path and good things are coming your way. So to me, it's almost like you've answered your own question.
Mm-hmm. And it also feels like, as I tune in, that the draining work is starting to take a toll on your health. And so that's something that it feels like spirit, the universe, is giving you kind of a heads up on that it's time for self-care over, returning to a stressful situation. So that health pops up too. And are my spirit, do you have a follow-up question to that, Anonymous? Or are my spirit guides directing me away from my current career? So that's where the health pops up for me. How about you, Cheryl?
I do feel this is a time for you to be with your family more. I almost feel like there's a new chapter coming in your life. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm like, yes, this is you're being guided to follow your joy, you know, to not feel like your life has to be, you know, of hard work or of pain or strain or stress. I mean, that is a very high and, you know, stressful job. And thank you for doing that. But I do feel like this is the time to kind of unfold your own life now, like unfold your own soul and make your own wishes and your own happiness now. This is about you maybe spending this time with your children more and being there more for them on a full-time basis.
Okay, great. So hopefully that helps. And I think that was Crystal, because she came in afterwards with saying, I can if you want me to. So yes, Kelly.
I just want to say one thing. I just want to remind everybody, if you want this to be a private answer and not bring you on to talk, put your question in the Q&A. But if you want us to bring you on to talk and you're okay with everybody seeing your question and hearing the answer for you, then post in the chat. So there's two different sections. If you post in the chat, we can bring you on to talk and you can answer our questions. It'll be a little bit more detailed reading. Ah, there you go, Crystal, yes. And if you go in the Q&A, it's going to be private and we're not going to bring you in the chat. That way there's no more confusion. We're just going to automatically assume if it's in the Q&A, it's private. I hope that makes sense.
It's a little easier to read their questions in the Q&A too, though. But okay, good. All right, so here's another question from Michelle. My husband passed away 2 years ago and I've decided to sell my house. I'm considering gifting it to my daughter. What would my husband want me to do? Let's bring her in, Michelle?
Yeah,
Michelle.
What's the last name? Because there's two Michelles.
This is just Michelle without last name.
I know, and they both, wait, where'd it go? We have two Michelles that have no last name. Michelle at Sopris James. or Bumper Brunette.
Just bring one in and see if it's the right one.
Michelle James.
Okay, but it's going by email, Bumper Brunette or Michelle at Sopris.net.
Sopris. Oh my gosh, you are Colorado.
Is that the
Michelle.
one? Is that the one?
Yes,
okay.
Sopris. Hi, Michelle.
Unmute her.
Sopris Mountain. Sopris Mountain in Carbondale, Colorado.
Can you hear us, Michelle? Uh-oh. I've unmuted her. Michelle. I don't think we're able to connect with you, Michelle. I don't know what's happening.
She can hear us,
but we can't hear you.
Can't hear you. We wanted to hear your voice, but we can still answer.
Okay, so her question.
I'll put her back in there. So go ahead and start, guys, while I fix this.
Was about her selling her house or gifting it to her daughter. What would her husband want her to do, to sell the house or gift it to her daughter? So as we tune in to that.
Can I just say what I feel?
Sure.
So as I tune into that, I feel like your husband wants you to be happy and to do what's best. But in the same feeling, I also feel like you need to sell it financially. Does that make sense, Michelle, if you can put in the chat?
Yeah, and I was actually getting something very similar, that he wants you to do what's easiest for you and what's going to make it least stressful for you at this time. He doesn't, it doesn't, keeping it for your daughter is not something that he wants you to do if that's more stressful. He says things will come around that you can help your daughter with in the future. Right now, you need to help yourself.
She says, I worry my daughter won't move forward living in our home. So what I got, Michelle, is that it feels a little heavy, the energy feels a little heavy, gifting or selling it to your daughter. It just feels like it's a little bit of it does feel like it's a little bit of a worrisome around you. And your husband wants you to not, this is the home that your husband and you lived in. Is that right? Is this the home that we're all understanding? I'm sure it's a yes. Yeah. And I just feel like, your husband is very light on his feet. I just feel like he is so positive, like he wouldn't have a care in the world, and he would just want you to be happy. Do what makes you happy, and like Allison and Kelly were saying, do what's easy for you. But it did feel like holding on to the house might be actually the little bit harder way to go, is what I was feeling. There's just some more responsibilities around that, I think, and he doesn't want you to have responsibilities. He wants you to do something new or vibrant or taking care of yourself. That's what I'm getting.
I just want to tune in again real quick and just say, I just feel like you're the type of person who wants to fix everything and help everyone. And you're such an empathic person, I feel, and you care so much as a mom. You want to fix everything for your daughter and help her. And I think the best thing you can do for her is just really love her and take care of you so that you can be there to help her. So I think you need to put you first in this situation, and then you'll be there to help your daughter the way you'd like to. But I think doing things that might not necessarily be the best for you isn't the greatest thing to do. That's what I feel. I also feel like your husband wants you to be, like Cheryl was saying, he wants you to be, comfortable, relaxed, and not have to worry about so many things. And so I think you have a tendency to overthink and worry a lot. So it might be, in your best interest to look at doing what's in the best interest for you so that you can be there to take care of her in the right way. I hope that makes sense. I think, anything else, guys?
No, that was good. That was a good.
Okay, yeah, and if you could just post if you understand that, that'd be great. And I think we're going to move on. I saw one here I wanted to answer, and I just want to go back up here a little bit and find it. Let's see. Somebody put, this is one, I just want to answer this one because I just love it. Rhonda put, is the cowboy and his dog in my dreams a spirit or one of my spirit guides? Honestly, Rhonda, I feel like this is your spirit guide. And I'd like to bring you in because I actually feel like you're kind of a fun, kind of silly person, and that's why you have this fun cowboy with a dog kind of, and you're also an animal lover as well. So if you don't mind us bringing you in, just post yes if that's okay for you. And I'd love to just like bring you in to talk. Rhonda.
Is this Rhonda Miller?
Is there two Rhondas?
I have a Rhonda Miller saying it's her first time here, so.
I have to go back up.
Rhonda Miller, yes, she says yes.
Okay, thank you. I will find her, Rhonda.
So we want to bring you on, Rhonda.
Allow it. Unmute. Why won't it unmute? Did she say something in the chat?
I just sent you a chat to Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hi, there you are. Yay, it's working.
Hi.
Where is she? Hi, Rhonda. So I feel like these are spirit guides of you. You must be an animal lover, yes?
I am, yes.
And I don't know, this cowboy spirit guide just feels like kind of a free-spirited kind of guy who just kind of like beats to his own drum. And I feel like that's kind of you at times. Can you understand this?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So I think that's why you have such a unique, fun spirit guide. You didn't get the like regular Indian or, something like that. You're going to get the cowboy. It's just like a tribute of like really kind of who you are, and Spirit's bringing in this guide for you to kind of bring out the fun side in you. Because I feel like sometimes you have this free spirit, but it gets stifled by like regular everyday life, and you you don't always get to just sort of let go and just kind of follow your spirit. Do you understand that?
I do, yes.
So he's your fun spirit guide who's bringing fun into your life. That's what I feel. What do you guys feel? Allison?
Rhonda, Rhonda, what I'm getting about you, do you do intuitive work, or are you opening your intuitive abilities?
I am. I've been working on it a lot lately. Moved to Arizona 2.5 years ago, and I spend a lot of time at home, a lot of time alone. My husband works long hours, and I've been trying to work on myself, trying to learn meditation, and expand that part of myself.
I love it. And I got chills or angel bumps when you mentioned Arizona. I'm so happy for you. I feel like these are your guides too. And Kelly, as soon as we read the question, it's like, oh my God, those are her guides. Let's bring her in. Because you have a cowboy and a dog for a guide, So
I love it.
Yeah, you're connected to the animal kingdom as well. We love animals. I mean, they're very powerful souls. And you could even look up animal medicine. You can Google it, or what does dog energy mean? Because it's very, very a grounding energy for you, and very much a guide. I love it that the fact you have lots of time on your own, because it feels like you're opening up and they're reaching you, and that you're going to continue to pick up more detail and more signs from the spirit world. Before I leave you and pass it on to Allison, I want to ask Rhonda, do you paint or draw or anything like that?
I try and do all of the above. I'm not very good at any one of them, but I do. I have a ton of art supplies that I'm just loving nowadays.
I love it for you, because I feel the spirit world. It's not about it's about the intention you're putting behind the painting and the drawing. It's about the joy. It's about the exploration. It's about using color. But this is all part of the design for you, is to open up your abilities. So you're absolutely doing what you're supposed to do. So good on you. And I'll pass it on to Allison. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
So, as I'm tuning in, I also feel like gardening around you. So, do you garden, or do you paint flowers? Just see a lot of flowers gardening.
I have houseplants now here in Arizona. With just moving here, I'm trying to figure out how to garden in Arizona. But in Colorado, I had gardens every year. So
gardens, yeah. So that feels really healing. And where are you in Arizona? Tucson or Phoenix?
Kingman.
Where's Kingman?
Kingman.
Oh, that's north?
Northwest.
That's north. Okay, there you are. Well, the soil there is probably, decent for gardening, better than, south in Tucson. But I just see a lot of like floral flowers, again, whether you're going to bring flowers into your artwork or, in your gardens. But that just feels very, very healing too. And I feel like a grandmother energy around you as well. When I say flowers or floral. So I know that she's a guide of yours too, that comes in, spends a lot of time with you.
Thank you. That's really nice to hear.
Rhonda, it feels like there's a vortex around you too. I don't know, but wherever that is in West Arizona, but it feels like there's a vortex in your area. I just want to tell you. So you may notice a different energy, like when you're leaving Arizona and you come back home, the differences. But it does feel like there's a really big energy there. So
it's different here in Arizona. I spent most of my life in Colorado, and moving here, not knowing anybody else in the state other than my husband, I'm in love with the area, with our home, with the people. It's so different than anything we've ever known, and we couldn't be happier. We've been here 2.5 years, but it feels like just last month we moved here.
I feel like you've been there before in a past life, just to just to tell you, it feels like you've been a Native American in a past life and that you've healed that land. Right, Kelly?
I feel this too. Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I was just about to try to say that, but that's exactly what I feel like. I feel like that as well. I also feel like it's funny, but you have this strong connection to animals, not just dogs. I feel like all animals. And I feel like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there might be like animals that come around more that aren't yours.
Yeah, yes, yeah. We've had lost dogs show up here on my property, and I live in a pretty rural area of the desert outside of Canaan.
You. They seek you out, these animals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like you might even find other random, like wild animals that are just like in the neighborhood, like right by your house or in your yard or something.
The jackrabbits are wonderful around here, and the chipmunks.
Oh, those are so cute. All right. Well, anything else, guys? All right. Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah. You're welcome. So let's switch to mediumship, guys. I'll start, and then like you guys, I'll do one, and then you guys can do one, and like that way we'll just do 3 real quick. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of tune in and see who I feel. Allison, will you watch the chat for me? I get so confused watching the chat, and they chat so fast I can't keep up. So I'm just going to kind of tune in and see who I feel, and I'm going to give you guys some information. If you could just answer in the chat, yes, no, or I don't know. I'm not reading it. Allison will. So if you give too much information, she's not going to tell me. I know I've got a I know I've got a man coming through. This does feel like somebody's father. I feel like this father to me feels like mom might still be alive. So he passed before mom. I also feel like your father would be somebody that you would have had a good relationship with. He could be a bit grumpy, but it's more of like all bark and no bite. Just sort of his personality. He is a little bit like set in his ways, kind of didn't like technology, things like that, just kind of like things really simple and easy. Even though he's a very smart man, he didn't like all the new things. He just liked life to be simple. He didn't want to have to, he always felt like, I think, the more technology you add to something, the more problems you're going to have with it. He liked to go back to the old way things were. I even feel like he would have a phone in the house. Like he didn't want to get like something fancy. Maybe he did, but he didn't like it. Can anybody understand a father in spirit like that?
You have a lot of people taking it right now.
Okay, so I'm going to keep going.
Everybody.
Okay, I'm going to keep going because actually I feel like, oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like there'd be 2 names tied to him. Now, these aren't necessarily his name, but somebody either alive or in spirit with him. But I also feel like I hear the name Steve and Ed. And Edward, like Edward, Stephen, something like that. I feel like these 2 names would be connected to him somehow. And I also feel like even that he's connecting with a daughter, but he would also have other children. So I want to say there's at least, I'm going to say at least 3 kids, but I want to say 4, but I feel like 3. And when I say 3 and I feel like 4, that could mean that there is 1 in spirit and there was originally 4, or could be a stepchild or another child from another marriage. So I feel like separation.
So let's recap. So Kelly has a father in the spirit world, has 3 or 4 kids. There should be an Ed and a Steve connection. Father passed before mom's still living. So can anyone take all of the information? Say yes if you can take all of that information. So there are 2 people who can take everything but the names.
Okay.
And then anyone can take the names.
What did you say?
I was asking if anyone could take the names. So Trish and Ruth can take everything but the names.
Okay. And they're 2 separate people.
2 separate people, Trish and Ruth. And then Lenora, can you take everything, Lenora? Can connect with the name Ed, but not Steve. So
okay, that's fine. 3. One of the names. Let's go with Lenora because she can connect with the name Ed, and that was the name I felt the strongest. And I feel like we're going to figure out the Steve. So I'm going to bring Lenora in, if I can find her. Okay, allow to talk. Unmute. Hi, Lenora. Can you hear us?
So yes. Yes.
Oh, so you might have to turn your computer off.
Okay.
It doesn't echo. So you can understand Father and Spirit, and you have siblings. You have 2 other siblings, at
Yes,
least.
it's
And-
my husband's, my father-in-law.
Okay, that's perfect. That's fine. And his name was Ed.
Yes.
So I do feel like there would be a Steve somehow connected here. I just think that you haven't figured it out or pieced it together, and you'll figure it out later. So I'm not gonna like harp on it, but I feel like he's mentioning this Steve name. So I'm gonna leave that with you, and I feel like you'll figure this out later. And can you understand the grumpiness? But he's really a sweetheart on the inside.
Yes.
And would you understand the mother-in-law would still be here? Yes.
No, the mother-in-law's passed.
Okay, so that's fine. I felt like she was still here. I felt like would you understand he passed before her?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Because that's what I felt like he passed before his wife. And he's quite I feel like he's quite a character. He's just he's something else. I think he's just a funny guy, but he's quite a character. He's very unique in the way he is. And he's just himself. He doesn't care what people think. Can you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, and I just feel like I want to sneeze. Did he have allergies? Do you know? I feel like I'm gonna sneeze all of a sudden.
A little bit. He worked in the country out in the fields.
Okay, that's perfect because I'm allergic to everything out in the country. So that's probably what I'm like super allergic to that stuff. Yeah, and along with him, you know, he liked things simple. Can you understand this? He didn't like all the new stuff. He couldn't stand it. And he liked his life simple. He didn't want to have a lot of complicated things. He just wanted everything to be simple. He had all of his needs met. He didn't need anything fancy. He was happy.
Yes, very much.
And I feel like, you know, I said the 3 kids, but would you understand, did they lose a child? Do you know?
We just lost my sister-in-law.
Oh, okay. So was that 4 or was that 3?
There was
The total of 4?
there's 3 kids left.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. Yeah, because I was getting 4 and 3, and that usually means
Yes.
one's in spirit. So and your sister-in-law, is her husband still here?
Yes.
His name's not Steve, is it?
Oh my gosh. He was a long time ago. Yeah. And we just found they're still married and we didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just curious if that's where the Steve comes in, maybe on her side. I don't know. But they are obviously together and they're coming through with lots of love for you. And I feel like they're coming through really because I think there's a need to hear from them. I don't know how long ago they passed, but I feel like it's like he wants to let everybody know he's okay. He's with his wife. He's with his, your sister-in-law. Like, and I don't know if your husband's going through a particularly difficult time with something going on in his life right now. And I feel like they want him to know that they're with him and they're supporting him and guiding him. And that I also feel like your husband and you both have been overthinking some decisions or having some worry about some life decisions. And I feel like Spirit's kind of coming in to say, hey, we're right here. We're watching over you and you guys are on the right path. Like you're doing the right things, not to worry. Does that make sense at all to you?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, and then go ahead. Did you guys want to chime in, or you want to just do like we each do one? Okay, perfect. So I just feel like that's really the big message. So I'm just going to leave you with that. All right, Lenora?
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you.
All right, bye. Okay.
That was lovely. That was wonderful. Oh, what a great gift you gave her, Kelly.
Oh, thank you.
Cheryl, do you want to go next? Are you feeling Spirit in the house?
Well, I was feeling a father. I believe he's a father, and his name's Walter or Walden. It's like I got the Walter, the W-A-L, and I feel like it's someone's father here. And I felt like he wanted to kind of bring through something around finances, like that they're going through. So, can anyone understand a father in spirit? I feel like with this gentleman, I'll just wait. I felt like this gentleman passed from a heart attack or a heart condition, but I do feel like it was a sudden, abrupt passing. I do feel that he did have a tiny bit of dementia, perhaps, when he passed, or in his later stages of life. So I will just ask anyone, does there have a father? It could be grandfather, but I felt more father with Walter. And I felt his balance is a little off too. So I'll just let someone type in here. Okay, so I do feel him to be passing a few years back. I don't think this was anything sudden. This wasn't recent, I mean. But let me just see here what's typing in. Hi, Sharon. Your father-in-law's name is Walton. Thank you. Sharon, can I bring you on? Would you mind coming on? Because I feel like he wants to talk to you, and it's something around finances. I don't know if we can bring you on, Sharon Bass.
I'm trying to do it right now.
Psychonoff, if you hear that. Would you mind that? And if you don't want to come on, that's fine, Sharon. You can just stay and chat, but it's whatever you're up to. You can just type in yes if you're okay just staying in chat. Yeah, come on in. We'd love to have you.
Unmute her. I'm trying to unmute her.
A sudden inner air.
Oh, shoot. There we go. She's unmuted. Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So is this your father-in-law? You said his name is Walton?
Uh-huh.
And would he have passed suddenly? Was this an abrupt passing?
He was in a home, and yeah, we weren't, we didn't know it was coming.
Okay. And this was someone that he had been in a home for a while. Would you understand that?
Yes.
And then also I felt him to have either a little bit of a dementia or a little bit of a imbalance too.
Yeah, he was hunched over, and he was starting to lose his memory.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel him coming in with warmth and greetings. Like he didn't talk a lot there in the end of his life. His speech actually got quieter, he's saying, as he got older. You would understand that?
Yes, I would.
And he wants to talk about some financial strain that you're in. I mean, I know what we're all going through right now, but I do feel this is something that you can understand.
Yes.
He also talks about, he's here to help you with that. I feel like in some way you have to either backtrack or go back. It's about cutting all of your losses but I do feel you stepping back. Are you considering moving, Sharon, where you are, may I ask?
Not really. I don't know what my future would be.
That's fair. Let me just see what else he has to say, but he's here to support you. He wants to send you lots of love. Yes. And you also have a brother, Sharon?
Yes.
Okay. And he wants to say lots of love to your brother.
Oh, okay.
Which I know, funny, right? But just lots of love to your brother. Let me just see what he's feeling with. Okay, he's funny. Your father-in-law has a good sense of humor. I just feel like are you the spender back in the day when we were all spending money? Would you spend? Did you like shopping, for example, or buying things?
I wouldn't call me a spender.
Okay.
I was kind of always cautious.
Okay, let me just see. I'm wondering if I'm with you, Sharon. Let me just feel with this. Let me feel with Walton just a little bit more and see what he wants to say. Because I felt a move around you too. I want to hear that. I felt a move. I felt with your brother, Sharon, would you understand him knowing your brother?
Not really well. I mean, he lived up north, and from us, and where my brother is too, and so he didn't see him that often. He saw him sometimes, but yeah.
I just want to tell you that Walton I just feel like your life is in a transition right now, is what I'm hearing. And this is something about, I know we're all not spending a lot right now, but this is something about, kind of holding or keeping what you have. You may be taking a step back and doing something that you did before, or living somewhere you used to before. That's just what I'm feeling with him. You can't get it wrong is what he says, right? You cannot get it wrong. Is there something around your father? I mean, your husband, right? So this is your father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something around your husband also and his health, may I ask? Are you concerned around your husband's health?
He's already passed.
So your husband's passed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would he also have passed from a heart condition?
No.
Okay. I get heart around your father-in-law, and your husband's already passed.
Yeah, my father-in-law died of a heart attack.
Father-in-law, sorry.
Uh-huh.
What I'm getting around Walton is that there's something about you having to kind of step back with your finances. There's just something about a move with you. I'm just going to leave you with that, but he's here to help you get through that. And so just please take that to heart, because he sends all of his love, and thank you for caring for him.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
Okay, so tonight must be the night of the fathers.
Must be the
Cheryl-
father-in-laws.
Oh, a father-in-laws, because I feel like I have a gentleman stepping in here from the spirit world, and he feels like a father. Let's keep our mind open that this could be a father-in-law, stepfather, but he does feel like a father coming through. And I do feel like he would have had a little bit of curl to his hair. But I also know that you would have memories of him like having mints in his mouth, because it feels like he would have been one to pop a mint in his mouth. And also a little jingle. You would remember your dad kind of walking with a jingle in his pocket with the coins. And I do know that he leaves you coins as a sign. I'm trying to get a little more specific information so that we can see who we're with, and if either Cheryl or Kelly can look at the chat once I give like one or two more pieces of information and see if someone can understand Father coming from the spirit world. I do feel like he must have been a smoker, because I do feel like that's why the mints are being used to kind of mask the smoky breath.
Okay, we have some people who can take
Okay,
that.
hold on, I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I want to get a little more specific. And I feel like with this father, I know he's coming through for his daughter, so you must be a female that's going to be able to answer this. I know that you had a close relationship with your father, so this is not someone coming in to say, I'm sorry. This is someone where you had a close relationship with dad, and you were, daddy's little girl. And I do believe you have a brother as well, at least one. And I feel like father, there may be the name Larry or Lawrence connected. Now, it doesn't have to be his name, but a name that would connect with you, either living or past, Larry or Lawrence. So with that, Cheryl and Kelly, do we have anyone who can take all of the information or most of the information?
I'm waiting on Larry or Lawrence. If anyone can take that, go ahead, Kelly.
So I'm reading the comments, and I have, so Terry, you said no Larry, but can you take everything else? If you can take everything, let me know. Everything except Larry from Pamela Johnson. I can take everything else but Larry from Courtney Ellis. And no Larry, but I can take everything else Nancy Myers. So three people can take everything but Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terry. Yeah, so you have like 4 people.
4, 5.
4 or 5.
Larry can be in the living too. Larry or Lawrence can be in the living and not connected to dad. I just know that this name comes through. And also the name Chris as well. So that can be Chris, Christopher, or Christina. And I feel like you yourself have a couple of kids, at least 2 to 3 kids, and I'm gonna ask him who he's with. Hold on one second.
Somebody said his sister's name is Chris.
Okay, hold on one second. I just wanna ask him who he's with. Okay, well, that's interesting. So did one of you that are saying yes, have a recent experience with cactus? So either you saw cactus on TV or Facebook, you mentioned something about cactus. There should be some sort of cactus recent, like in the last couple days, could be something really strange, weird. But that's how he's connecting me.
Yes, so Terry is saying she just videotaped her cactus yesterday.
Well, Terry then.
And yes,
come
and she.
on in.
All right, we're gonna find Terry.
Terry, can you come on in?
He's coming. Oh, we didn't take Sherry out. I'm sorry. Or Sharon. There's Terry's in now.
I mean, who the heck videotapes their cactus, Terry?
Yesterday, I went outside in the brief 10 minutes that it wasn't raining or storming, and I noticed the thing, it's taller than me now, and my father loved cacti. So it was like, oh my God, look how big this is. And today's Passover. So I've been thinking about that and wishing my parents happy Passover today.
So your dad was with you when you were with all of your thoughts and with the cactus. And so how funny is that he came through with that for you?
That's awesome.
So, and you do have a brother, Terry, at least one?
Well, it's a cousin through my dad's side, and he thought of him as his son. He lived with us off and on during his life.
Okay, if he's lived with you, I can take that more as somebody he's reaching out to as well. And so let me just get another message from your dad here. Okay, yeah. Hold on, I get it. He's using the cactus as the message. Let me just get a little more information from him. Just give me a second. Okay, so what he's saying is he's using the cactus as a message, and he's saying, Terry, you've been dealing with someone who's been a little bit prickly lately, yes?
Yes.
And so Dad understands that, and Dad's just saying, like, you have to be very tiptoey around this person. You understand that?
Yes.
And so he's acknowledging that, and he's supporting you in that, but he's saying it's like that you have to continue to just tiptoe around, because right now that person's in kind of like an explosive or volatile emotional state, like, you know, could blow up about nothing. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah, I do.
And so Dad's just really empathizing with you and saying, you know, I know that this is hard, and I know this is an emotional, but this too shall pass. And I'm actually wondering if this person needs to be on medication, or their medication needs to be adjusted, because it feels like, you know, it's more than just a personality.
I agree.
So just letting you know that Dad's around you, supporting you. Happy Passover, Pesach, right, from Dad, and they're celebrating over there, and he's just thinking of you and loving you with all of his heart, and he wanted to come in, and he's like, the coins. So he's making me feel like you must have recently found a coin and thought of Dad as well, like in the last day or two.
All the time. All the time I get dimes from Dad. There's one sitting right here. I have no idea where it came from.
Yeah.
I kid you not. It's dimes all the time. I love it.
And he's also making me feel like your financial situation is going to ease up. It's going to get a little better. Things are coming down the pipeline, so don't stress. You know, he's helping from the other side.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, and one last thing. All of a sudden, like, this train just came out of nowhere. Like, I'm like, okay, what are we doing with this train? But who is connected to the railroad or the train, Terry?
That would be my bio dad.
Okay, so he wants to make a cameo as well, because he just like bulldozed his way with the train coming through. He's like, chugga, 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 I'm coming through too. So lots of love from Bio Dad as well.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Terry.
God bless.
Thank you, Terry. That's wonderful, Allison.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Well, Kelly, 8:15.
Yes, so if you were here at the beginning, I'll tell you the contest rules again. So I'm giving away a free reading this week again. I don't know if I'm going to continue this every week or if I'm going to keep doing 25-minute readings, but today I'm giving away a 25-minute reading again. And the rules are, and don't post anything until I finish the rules because you're going to throw me off and I'm going to get all confused. Allison, help me watch the comments. They go so fast.
Okay.
You have to intuitively tune into what I'm holding in my hand. Right here. I've been holding it all night. So it should be a lot of energy for you guys. Don't guess.
You can't see it. She's got it covered up, like someone said.
Yeah, it's covered up in a napkin, so you can't see it. So I'd like you to guess what color it is, what it is, and the first person who gets the closest to it or gets it exactly will win the reading.
Okay. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I would like to help, but I'm not. Oh my gosh, a lot of people. Way to go, everybody.
Okay.
So you're getting close. Some of you are getting close. Well, what if they have part of it?
Yeah.
Right?
Don't tell me. Don't say it out loud.
I'm not going to say it. I mean, some people had it right, but the wrong color.
Yeah.
So I'll read them to you. Onion, green apple. Hold on. It's really hard. Amethyst sphere, white crystal, pink or blue marble, white ceramic figurine, red, purple angel, yellow orange gemstone, psychic helper, a globe of planet Earth, red, pink crystal, yellow chapstick, I like that one, purple stone.
Oh, right here, Melanie got it. Melanie got it.
Okay.
Black tourmaline.
Ooh. Wow.
But you guys were really good with the globe too, because that was, it looks like a globe.
But this, remember I told you I couldn't remember which stone it was? I thought it was the other one. It's tourmaline.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Melanie, email me. And here's my email. And tell me you won the contest and I will send you a link to book an appointment, okay?
I just want to give a shout out to everyone who said sphere and stone and marble, because you guys were definitely describing and feeling it.
You were, and that's pretty awesome. So you're all intuitive. So basically you're all psychic. Thank you guys. And everybody on Facebook, you should join us on Zoom so that you can participate next time, because we can't bring you in, unfortunately. And I always put a link at the top of the Facebook post with the video. So you might have to look at the post with the video. But I also post in the comment throughout over and over and over. And unfortunately, I couldn't post this last one when you were asking because my paste copy thing was gone now. It won't let me post it anymore. And I didn't have time to go and copy it to paste it again. But if you scroll through the comments, there's several links, and it's part of the video at the top in the post. So
you guys want to put your links in one more time, everybody?
Yeah. So here's my website.
Make sure we're doing it to all panelists and attendees.
It is. I am having a 25% off sale for all phone readings or Zoom readings, same thing. So check that out. You'll see the coupon code when you open up my website. A little pop-up screen comes up with the coupon. It says it expired on March 31st, but I extended it through the end of April. So check that out. And you can find most things on my Facebook page, my Facebook business page, my Instagram, or my website. And
I just put up my website as well, and I'm also going to put up my Facebook site where we're doing psychic bingo for readings on Saturday. So you can join that as well. And hold on, I need to find you guys again. Here we are.
Let me know when you're finished and I'll put mine up.
Okay, cool. And then also, we're all part of the I know I love bingo too. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then also, we're all part of the Mystic Fair that's coming up on May 2nd. So you can actually book a reading with Kelly, or no, well, you can't book them actually. Kelly and Cheryl are both readers, and you can get 3 readings. For each session. So you can book session 1, get 3 readings. You can book session 2, get 3 readings. I just had a lady, she bought both sessions. And there aren't that many tickets available for that because I think we have like 10 readers. So there's only going to be 10 slots each time for 3 readings each. And you get 3 15-minute readings. And let me just put that down. And if you only want 1 15-minute reading, you can purchase from session 3. And that'll give you 1 15-minute reading. So here we go. Oops.
Sorry, I jumped in there.
Oh, that's okay. So hold on, I just have to find you guys again. Oops. There we are. Here we are. So this is the Psychic Fair, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That's May 2nd, and it's the first time we're doing that.
Exciting.
And they're all great readers, like,
Yes.
you know, all professional mediums and psychics, animal communicators. We've got an astrologer on there. So yay.
Also, I put my links up. I'll be offering 20% off for the next few days here on my readings. And I put the link to my scheduling down there for you also, easy to use. Also, I have a healing prayer circle that's free to join. If you wouldn't mind joining that, my next circle is April 19th on Sunday evening. And then the last is the Art of Manifesting. Allison and I are teaching an Art of Manifesting class. It's 2 sessions. We're using meditations, tools, and techniques to help you create abundance of health, love, wealth, family. So please check that out also.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday. Everybody stay safe and, wear your mask. I'm making masks, so wear your mask.
Now in LA, starting Friday, it's a law. Everybody outside everybody who's going to an essential place has to wear a mask.
Yes. And so take care. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.